Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. It is VAT Day. It is April 12th and it is Friday. It is the day we are approaching the weekend, and I want to say pleasant morning to everyone. I am your host, Azard, Gumbs, and with me in studio is Kortensia, Carty, our hostess. So we also have Jamster as well. And so I want to say good morning to everybody. Before we go on this morning, I cannot go further without saying congratulations and happy birthday to our first Prime Minister and only living national hero, Sir Kennedy Simmons. He celebrates his 88th birthday today, April 12th. And so, Sir Ken, we are wishing you the very best on this day, your birthday. And also, I'm going to do this, As the chairman of the People's Action Movement, I want to extend birthday greetings to you on this day, as you are a former political leader of the People's Action Movement. I gone back out, I'm back host again. So I just had to say that. So how are you? How is everything doing?
I'm good. What about yourself?
Not bad. Looking forward to today, looking to see what opportunities are in store, what we can do, It is really a beautiful morning. You realize that this morning there were showers.
Blessings.
Yes, showers of blessings. Yes. And so they were coming down, down.
But I thought when I checked the forecast for yesterday, for today, I swore I saw that it was going to rain at 7. So for it to rain at 6, oh boy, I had to force myself out of that bed because I said, okay, let me give myself 5 more minutes, just to feel the lovely weather because I love rain. But I had to get out of bed.
Yes, it is so soothing when you, early in the morning, you have that rain, or if it's late in the evening, and you're in bed and that rain starts. It's just something about the rain that gives you a sense of tranquility, a sense of calmness, and so, send on the rain.
Yep, so today will be mostly cloudy. It will have a little rain, 20%, and winds will be 17 miles per hour for today. So it should be a cool day. Let's hope, because the sun is boss.
Yes, indeed. And so, there are a number of things that have been happening in the news. If we look at some of the articles, in fact, while coming here, I was looking through some of the news articles, and it says the Bahamas murder toll climbs to 38. And just thinking about it, we're in April. It's the 12th of April, and the Bahamas already has a murder toll of 38. We recognize that there has been some uprise in gang violence there. We read articles where persons were killed as a result of, violence, and so especially gun-related violence. And so we have seen, and we continue to see. Here it says that, gun violence has claimed another life in the Bahamas. And it says here that the Royal Bahamas Police Force said it received a shot spotter alert around 11 p.m. on Wednesday about a gun being fired. And this was on Cowpen Road in Nassau. It says when officers arrived, they found the body of a man who is yet to be identified, lying near a fruit stand opposite, and they're saying opposite Montgomery Avenue, with an apparent gunshot wound to the head. So the murder took the Bahamas 2024 homicide figure to 38. And he says, speaking to reporters at the scene of the crime last night, Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson appealed for witnesses to come forward and assist police with the investigation, as they were unable to determine how the man got to the area or his identity. It says here also that Johnson said police remain concerned about the crime wave spreading across the Bahamas. He said anti-crime efforts such as saturation patrols has helped to reduce crime, and officers remain committed to returning to the Bahamas to the safe place it is known to be. It also says And this is a quote from Johnson. One matter like this is too much, and we will continue to be out there on the streets. We will tweak our strategies if needs be to ensure that all Bahamians are safe. End of quote, Johnson said. And then after that, they put out information saying if anyone knows or have any information, they have to contact the Crime Stoppers or the Criminal Investigation Department.
So condolences to that family in
Yes.
Bahamas. I don't know. I guess the world is really messed up and everybody's just angry and doing what they have to do. Now, I saw an article and I think it was from, it's yesterday. And it says, I know we are on the same, or we signed on to, with these other islands concerning our CBI program. And it says, Grenada bans nationals from Yemen from its CBI program. So the Grenada government has banned nationals from Yemen from applying for citizenship under the island's CBI. Under the Island Citizenship by Investment Program, Yemen has become the 7th country whose nationals are unable to apply for citizenship through the program that provides for foreign investors to make a substantial investment in the socio-economic development of the island in turn for being granted citizenship. The other nationals banned from the program are Iran, North Korea, Russia, Belarus, Sudan, and Afghanistan. However, the opening is for people born in Iran, Sudan, Afghanistan, and Yemen. They must reside all of their lives in a territory or territories that is not sanctioned by Grenada. So you're going to say I'm banned, but then you're going to say, however, there's an opening for people born in Iran, Sudan, Afghanistan, and Yemen. They must reside all of their lives in a territory.
Yeah, they're saying because what.
So if I'm coming direct from this country, I can't have it. But if I was born there, but I lived in, let's just use the Bahamas per se or some other place, I can apply.
Because I think the rationale behind that is that you would not have been exposed to whatever influences are there in that country of your birth. So, for example,
you don't need to live there to be exposed.
Well, I think they are cutting down.
Social media and everything is there to show you everything that's happening. And if you want to turn your beliefs to what you think your ethnicity believes, then you can do whatever you want. So this is, to me, this is just contradictory.
I think it makes some sense because one's behavior is determined by one's society. And so if you, regardless, where you born is only one thing, in the sense that there are persons who are born in, let's say, the U.S. Virgin Islands. They live in St. Kitts. They grow up in St. Kitts. They go to school in St. Kitts. Most of the people, they're not in St. Kitts. Even though they might have a connection to the U.S. Virgin Islands in the sense of their birth, they have not related or formed relationships with persons in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They have not had their schooling in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They have not been exposed to the culture in the Virgin Islands.
I get that.
And so, nationality is one thing, but at the end of the day, it is the society that you are part of and what you have grown up to. And so they are saying there is
so why some Americans end up following ISIS? Were they born there? Where did they school themselves to believe in the nonsense that they believe in?
Say that again?
Why do born Americans who live in America end up following ISIS and doing craziness on behalf of ISIS?
Because there are groups in various countries that still would have certain beliefs.
Most of them tell you Azard, they get the information on social media. So I don't understand
But
this.
you can't.
If somebody's bent on being who they are, they're going to be who they are.
Well, you can't control everyone, and there's no foolproof methods. But I do see some method to what they are saying. I do see it.
Contradictory to me.
Because I don't think
you can't tell me because I live in Afghanistan or whatever, my mind's messed up. No. So you're gonna ban me because of that. But if I'm born in Afghanistan but I grew up somewhere else, I'm no.
Well, on the reverse, there would be persons there who perhaps don't follow the same extreme beliefs. So that is fear.
So how are they saying no?
They're just I think what they're just doing is just cutting down on they're saying, yes, you could be born there, but if you grew up somewhere else for the rest of your life, then the chances are your exposure to that sort of culture would be lessened. You understand? And so I don't think it's a foolproof plan, but it is a plan to minimize.
Just tell the people don't come. That's my thing. If you're gonna ban, just ban. Don't say, oh, if you didn't live there, you still no. Because when they do get the passport and people see where they were, because your country of birth is always in your passport, regardless of whose passport you have. Once they see, they're gonna be profiled, even if they're innocent. Because as you rightfully just said, there are people in Afghanistan and these places that are not part of the things that happen in their country. They just live peaceably and just get along.
And that is true.
So
And that is true. There might be persons in that country, because you can't take one brush and paint them all.
Exactly.
But what that country is doing by putting in stipulations, by saying, they are saying, okay, then we're not going to erase everyone from who's living there and who's born there. The chances are, if you were born there and you reside somewhere else for the rest of for the whole life, chances are your exposure to what they are trying to prevent is lessened. And I think it's just to ensure that they lessen or mitigate, not that it's a foolproof plan, because you can still not reside in a country and still have the beliefs of that country, you understand? So I get what you're saying in that, but I just think that is just one way to mitigate. Of course, not foolproof, and no plan is foolproof, but I think that mitigation is one way to mitigate against what they're trying to avoid.
It goes on to say they could also become a citizen of Grenada if they migrate before the age of maturity and resided for more than 10 years to territories that are not sanctioned by Grenada. Craziness, I still will continue to say. So Grenada CBI program has been in operation for 10 years, and figures from the authorities show that more than 10,000 people have become citizens of Grenada through the program, with the island earning millions of dollars used to fund capital projects and pay debts. Government said it projects earnings of EC 280.6 million this year from the program, while it earned EC 324 million last year.
Yes.
So this is a drop.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, la la. I wonder if the drop is because of the price that they're now set for the program altogether. Okay, fair enough.
Yes. If you look at it here, also on the Loop News, right, it says here that and it speaks about the passing of Alfonso Bridgewater. And it says here that St. Kitts and Nevis mourns passing of sports icon Alfonso Bridgewater. And it says here, the sporting community of St. Kitts and Nevis is mourning the loss of Alfonso Bridgewater, the president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, who passed away on April 10th. News of Bridgewater's death was announced by the SKNOC on social media. The SKNOC said Bridgewater should rest well, knowing his legacy lives on. Bridgewater, 72, served as the president of the SKNOC for over 30 years, during which time he made significant contributions to the advancement of sports in the Twin Island Federation. He was recently honored by the SKNOC for his efforts to promote the Olympic movement and sports in St. Kitts and Nevis. Members of the SKNOC voted to rename its headquarters at Taylor's Range to the Alfonso E. Bridgewater Olympic House.
Oh, nice.
Sporting organizations have come out to pay tribute to Bridgewater. The St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association said Bridgewater gave his all to push sports in the Twin Island nation. And this is a quote from the SKNFA. Mr. Bridgewater played a pivotal role in nurturing and propelling our athletes to greater heights. His unwavering dedication to fostering athletic excellence in St. Kitts and Nevis have been a source of inspiration to many. End of quote. The quote also goes on to say, the SKNFA remains profoundly thankful for Mr. Bridgewater's support and mentorship, his willingness to offer guidance, whether through administrative insights or personal advice, showcase his genuine commitment to uplifting everyone around him. Mr. Bridgewater's readiness to extend a helping hand to answer a call, or to impart wisdom will be fondly remembered and sorely missed. End of quote. And it says here, the St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics said Bridgewater was a powerhouse in sports administration and helped the world to know about St. Kitts and Nevis. This is a quote from the SKNFA A says this: Mr. Bridgewater has been very instrumental in the development of track and field spanning over 4 decades. He ushered our sports into the Olympic era as a force to be reckoned with. His dedication and love for the sport, and more importantly, the athletes, is one of which is forever etched in the minds of many athletes, past and present. SKN Athletics is forever grateful for the contribution and service of Mr. Bridgewater. End of quote.
Yeah, and we are talking about that.
But before we even go on, I said that, right? When I heard of his passing, it was like I had only known of him through mainly his contribution in sports. Like forever have always seen and associated him with sports, even as a child, a primary school child. And so when this article highlights that he has given over 30 years of service, I say, yeah, it makes sense. Because if I was to do the math, then my acknowledgement of him would equate to over 30 years in sports. Yes.
Yep, that's where I knew him from.
Yeah.
So continued sympathies to
Yes.
Mr. Bridgewater's family, friends, well-wishers, and
Yes.
associates. And we saw the great O.J. Simpson too. He has
Yes.
passed on.
Yes.
And this article comes from win.com via Las Vegas AP. It says O.J. Simpson, the decorated football star and Hollywood actor, who was acquitted of charges he killed his former wife and her friend, but later found liable in a separate civil trial, has died. He was 76, so he got his 70 years plus 10. So, and then some. Simpson attorney confirmed to TMZ he died Wednesday night in Las Vegas after battling cancer. Wow. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. The statement said. It says Simpson earned fame, fortune, and adulation through football and show business, but his legacy was forever changed by the June 1994 knife slayings of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman, in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
They said he had seen to transcend racial barriers as a star Trojan tailback for college football's powerful University of Southern California in the late 1960s, as a rental car at Pitchman, rushing through airports in the late 1970s, and as a husband of a blonde and blue-eyed high school homecoming queen in the 1980s. I'm not black, I'm OJ, he liked to tell his friends.
Yeah.
So what is he then?
I think
That's
he's
funny.
just.
That's funny.
I think he's just, saying that he's more than just his color.
Yeah.
That he's an individual.
Yeah.
And so we hear about, the famous O.J. Simpson trial. And we hear the famous quote, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit,
Boy.
And so that has really taken a ripple effect, and that has been a quote popular to those
I'm looking
in
at the picture of
criminal
him
law.
here, putting it on in the cafe, and he's smiling because, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That trial went on forever.
Yes.
He had some good attorneys, though, Mr. Kardashian and
Yes.
Mr. What was the other man's name?
I can't remember all the
Mr.
names.
Kardashian and oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the black lawyer.
I
Oh
do
my
remember
gosh.
the female attorney.
Yeah, it's Johnny Cochran. Thank you.
I do remember the female attorney for the prosecution, so the prosecution really had its hands full.
Yeah.
And that case was really a momentous case in the sense that for the U.S., in the sense that it was a highly publicized case. It was, a man of his fame and stature. And to this day, regardless of the verdict, persons already have in their minds what they think.
Yep.
Regardless whether the verdict was going a certain way, whether it was, he came back, not guilty, but even if it were, whatever the verdict was, persons had already in their mind, whatever the verdict is, based on the not social media at the time, but the media, would have already garnered their own verdict in their minds.
Yep. And even afterwards, when they said he was acquitted of robbery charges because he went to get back some of his stuff that was sold. Oh,
It was just, I mean, that
listen.
it's a tragic,
Yeah.
a tragic moment, and but the movie of it was so, it was captured in such a way that it provided insight, knowledge, and still, at some sense, persons were entertained.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a very tragic moment
Yeah.
in real life,
Very tragic.
very tragic.
Azad, do you think that fraud deserves death? Because I'm looking at the next international
Mhm.
article here that says Vietnam sentences real estate tycoon Trung My Lan to death in its largest ever fraud case. And I'm just going to read a short part of it that says businesswoman Trung My Lan, front and center, attends a trial in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam on Thursday, April 11, 2024. The real estate tycoon may face the death penalty if convicted of allegations that she siphoned off an amount of 12.5 billion, nearly 3% of Vietnam's 2022 GDP in its largest financial fraud case. Debt? How is that going to repay
That's
this money?
A lot of money.
Yeah, but
I know.
debt? Some countries, their penalties are just...
Yes.
I know in these places you can't be running drugs and stuff because that's a death penalty right there.
Yeah,
But you can't...
there's some countries,
Okay, fair enough. 'Cause
I mean, when I look at it, do you know that there's some countries that would turn back an individual if they are known to be positive with HIV and AIDS?
fair enough. Let's say fair
Let's
enough.
say you're going as a visitor to a country.
Yeah, let's
and
say
there's some countries, if they know, because they have the test and the acts,
Yeah,
and if you're found to be, then you can't enter the country. So
fair enough.
countries have their regulations, they have their rules, they have
That's
their laws.
easy though, because you might think if the person is a willful individual that has the intention to go into that particular country and fill it, some of it with
But there
the
might
disease.
be persons who get the disease by other means. Some persons who might be unfortunate in terms of sheer needles, maybe
Yeah,
by
but I'm
passage.
just saying innocently.
And
And then because you have to look at the innocent side as that, and then you have to look at the side where, as we spoke about, somebody being willful.
Mhm.
So maybe that's why. But debt for fraud,
Yeah.
how is the money gonna ever be
I'll
paid
have to
back?
I'll have to look into that to see what
I could understand the debt for drugs because when the drugs get on the street, it can kill an ex-individual and somebody can be killed for not paying for that drugs. But I still don't understand how, some countries are harsh.
And then you say that's Vietnam,
Yes.
and of course it's one of those Asian countries. Let me
Yes, they
see.
are serious.
Um,
Wow. So she's 67 years. So the 67-year-old chair of the real estate company Van Ting Pat was formally charged with fraud amounting to 12.5 billion, nearly 3% of the country's 2022 gross domestic product. Lan illegally controlled Saigon Joint Stock Commercial Bank between 2012 and 2022 and allowed 2,500 loans that resulted in losses of 27 million to the bank, reported state media VN Express. The court asked her
So-
to compensate the bank 26.9 million.
So I'm looking at this, right, and based on what you said, and it's a good thing we have this technology. And sometimes people see us on our phones and everything, and
Yeah.
and it's sometimes good to
Yeah.
check certain sources. It says here, what crimes are punishable by death in Vietnam? And they said
What crimes?
this.
Oh, what crimes are punishable by death?
And
Okay.
so
Go
it says
ahead.
Vietnam uses the death penalty as punishment for 22 crimes,
Wow.
including murder, rape, and fraud. According to the World Coalition Against the Death Penalty, which tracks the use of the capital punishment globally. So according to World Coalition Against the Death Penalty, and this information is coming from WashingtonPost.com, and it says, in a WashingtonPost.com, Vietnam uses the death penalty as punishment for 22 crimes, including, and I'm going to say again, murder, rape, and fraud. Yes.
What are the other crimes?
The article didn't highlight the others.
That's crazy though.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh.
But rape is there too, which is
well.
a difference here. We here, look at it as murder, and even at the fact that there is murder committed by an individual based on our interpretation of our laws, based on the interpretation passed down by the Privy Council, which uses the worst of the worst case scenario, and then one has to determine whatever is the worst of the worst, and many cases have not been determined to be worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So the death penalty is there, but it's for some time not been used. Imagine the number of homicides that we had in St. Kitts and Nevis, but the last time we really used the death penalty was before 2010.
But do you actually think reinstituting the death penalty will deter people from doing what they intend to do?
It's still on the books,
yeah.
So it hasn't been taken off. It's just that, the case law makes it very difficult for it to be enforced. I don't necessarily think that it's a strong deterrent from
nowhere in the world
from doing the act, because at times, sometimes they are premeditated, and there are also crimes that occur in moments of passion.
I'm gonna let you finish, John. Let me do my Kanye West impression here. I'm gonna let you finish, but I feel like if you do something wrong, okay, take for example, you're growing up as a kid. You do stuff all the time and you get licks. I don't think your parents are thinking, "Oh, I'm not gonna stop beating because he's gonna keep doing it." the deed has to be punished on a case by case basis. I don't believe in this thing about you kill someone, depending on the circumstances, incontrovertible evidence that you did it, and it requires a death penalty. Death penalty. I don't buy this thing about it. It's not a deterrent. I'm sorry. Punishment.
Yeah.
But when
that's your view, and
wait,
there are persons with Jamsa's view, so it's not.
No, but I said but I'm saying if the death penalty is if it's reinstituted, do you think Jamster will it stop people from killing?
Say enforce, because reinstituted in my mind makes it seem as
like
though
it was out of the law. Okay,
it's still on. It's still on our books.
Let me say. So if the death penalty is enforced, Jamster, you think people will stop killing each other? If they know that they're gonna die, a life for life.
If they know that the authorities are gonna be proactive about applying the death penalty when it most certainly
no.
applies,
I
feel so.
No.
Yes.
And so that is the discussion, because
you feel that they're gonna no.
But then even if they don't, you have to pay for the crime. I'm sorry. This whole thing. Oh well, throw up your hands and let's not kill anyone because it doesn't really. That's like saying. What? I mean, you could apply it to other things. So if somebody shoplifts and they're supposed to get 3 months, the judge should just throw up his hand and say, "Oh, people are gonna continue to shoplift. Just go ahead and try not to do it again." I mean, come on, man.
No, but that's my thing. I was wondering if it comes back, if they're gonna
punish
stop.
the crime. Punish the crime.
If they're gonna stop.
And that is, and there has been debate, and Jamsa's view is not to him alone. A lot of persons share that view, and the same one share Sharon's view as well. So it's really a debate.
Yeah, because I don't think it's gonna stop. Because we look at people around the world. You know you're gonna get caught for shoplifting, and somebody else still go and shoplift. Like, what's the point? So it's like we're not learning from our mistakes or the mistakes of others.
But Jamsa's point is that
apply the punishment.
You have done a crime.
Yeah, be punished.
Whether or not it's going to deter somebody else's
punish
somebody from doing the same crime.
Punish them.
This person should receive the punishment.
Because but you can also argue that the fact that the fact or the eventuality that the punishment is not applied, you can argue that that's going to make people commit more crime as well. So I mean,
and there are also persons who feel that the death penalty it takes away life. And sometimes persons, when we look at the trial, is it that this person was fairly tried? Is it because you may receive guilty, and hopefully this doesn't happen a lot, but you may receive a verdict of guilty, and let's say that in actuality, you really didn't do it. And
we see a lot of people being exonerated in the US for that.
So
spend 20, 50, 40 years behind bars, and they maintain their innocence from entry to exit.
So that has been one of the arguments supporting the abolition of the death penalty, that once it is applied, it cannot be unapplied, in the sense that once someone is dead, even if you find evidence afterwards to, as you said, to show that the person really didn't do it. That person has
You
already
mean that
gone.
person got killed innocently
Yes.
by the state?
Yeah.
But you see, which is why-
those things have thing. If you look at do you recall, and this is a very racial matter where it is that there was a young man, I think, and in the US, and at the time it was very heated when it comes to racial tension, and I think that lady, she accused him of interfering with her, and the young man was brutally killed, got the death penalty, and years after it was found out that let me see if
I mean, I don't know if you know
to
about
get
the
the name.
Central Park 5 that
Yeah.
Donald Trump
I've heard of that, yeah.
has basically inflamed a lot of racial animosity with the crap he was saying back when it happened, and it turned out that it wasn't them. And
Neither of them.
it was not none of the
Yeah.
five.
That was a very
Yeah,
heart-wrenching
And one of the
movie to
guys,
watch.
one of the guys is a New York City councilman.
Yeah, I
now.
saw that. So
Mhm.
kudos to him. He didn't let something like that keep him back. But Jamsa, do you really think that she deserves death for a fraud case, though?
Where?
In Vietnam.
Oh, hey,
You were listening to what I read just now?
hey, they killed you over there for chewing gum. So, I mean,
Boy, this serious over there. As I said, I could understand getting the death penalty for drugs because you're bringing drugs. Drugs will eventually kill somebody. If that person buys the drugs and can't pay, the punishment is death, right?
yeah, they're
So
a little.
I could understand the death penalty for drugs, but for fraud, she couldn't work, she couldn't clean the street, she couldn't do something for the rest of her life and be miserable in that way. Then you just taking her out
fraud,
because
yeah, I
she
agree.
she made the bank that she worked for. It had to go into special control, and they said she basically gave out 2,500 loans that put the bank in trouble.
But that, man.
Death.
Okay, we gotta
Jamsa,
take.
death.
Okay, we gotta take a quick break.
Okay.
8:37 is actually overdue. I remind. Well, not remind. They probably heard the promo. No, we have a DJ that does a show here on Friday nights and
Okay.
sometimes Saturday nights. Soca Zone
Yeah.
starts at 7 every Saturday night. You guys looking for nice music to cruise around in at home or whatever? Well, once a month he's going to be doing a kind of artist showcase, like local artists.
Okay.
So it's starting on Saturday. So we're going to get the promo as we go to the break first. But check out Soca Zone with Raspy. It's on Friday nights from 7 p.m. until. And the first Saturday of this month, well, he's going to be starting this show on Saturday. It's a Soca Zone showcase, basically open mic for local artists who want to come and do their thing. So
Okay, before we take the break, Jam, so just this. It says, dear residents of Dear Bear, we regret to inform you that your water service has been interrupted due to an empty water tank. We
we could have
understand
left that till we come back, though.
that this is an inconvenience, and we want to assure you that the Water Services Department is actively monitoring the situation and working to restore the service as soon as possible. We apologize for any inconvenience that may cause, and thank you for your patience. While we work towards resolving the issue during the period of decreased rainfall, we encourage you to take advantage of the water storage mechanisms if you can to mitigate the effects of service interruptions. We will continue to provide regular updates on the situation and will notify you as soon as the water has been restored. We appreciate your cooperation and understanding. He also says, get in touch with us at the Water Services Department. If you have any questions or concerns, call in our office at 467-1005 or 465-8000 or 8000.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, 8:39. Let's take a quick break, and but first let's listen to this this promo. Raspy's Soca Zone. He's gonna have his artist showcase tomorrow night, and of course he'll be on tonight from 7.
The South 98.9. FM.
See me no know about you, but me love sing is a Nevis bad. Soca Zone presents Showcase is a brand new show. It's an open mic edition for the artists. You could come and showcase your talent, where you could sing, do what you feel like, freestyle. If you want to be a singer from how long, but don't get the push nor the courage, this is the show for you. Every first Saturday, every month, we're going to be doing a show for the artists them. This is what the open mic edition is all about. The host Tazlim, aka DJ Raspy of Tough House Sound, and Scratchy Bama. We don't know. Soca Zone 98.9, Win FM, Soca Zone Showcase. Every first Saturday, every month, Soca Zone presents Showcase Artist Thing 98.9.
Studied hard at school, didn't wanna be a fool, but you're still not in the game. Girlfriend living large, big house and car, that's because she's in the game. Life seems real tough, bills keep going up, but you're still not in the game. It's not that hard for all that to change, it's time to get in the game. You have to be in it to win it, Super Lotto. In it to win it, Super Lotto. In it to win it, Super Lotto. You have to be in the game. Only $6 to play, so play today. Only $6 to play, so play today. Only $6 to play, so play today. You have to be in the game.
Get your tickets from Caribbean Lottery retailers island-wide.
Are you ready to embark on the ultimate quest for business success? Join Revive to Thrive, MSME Makeovers TV show, presented by the Ministry of Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Discover how we plan to transform businesses like yours from surviving to thriving. For quest detail, call us at 467-1203 or email at sbdc@gov.kn. Don't wait, the quest sign-up expires on April 11th. Press start and join us on the journey to take your business to the next level. Revive to Thrive, MSME Makeovers, transforming potential into prosperity.
TDC Financial Services, we're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services, we are strong. TDC Financial Services, this is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
$8:42, we're back on Island T.
Yes, you know, there has been some talk, and I've seen something posted on the social media. It's coming from Times Caribbean. I have not seen any official, when I say official, like any statement from the hospital or from, let's say, a ministry relating to St. Kitts and Nevis and Ministry of Health. But there is in circulation some 13 hours ago, and it says here, St. Kitts and Nevis Times says that the wrong body buried healthcare crisis deepens, wrong body buried sparks outrage and scrutiny. And even someone on the Facebook page asks if we're going to touch this. I don't know if persons have any information out there to this that could confirm this. Yeah, so it's just
Very, it's a very ghoulish. I guess that's what you call ghoulish incompetence. I don't know.
But how that happen? How'd that happen?
Funereal. I just thought of funereal misfeasance. Does that work? Funereal.
So didn't they have a open casket to see who was in there?
Apparently, the person was a pauper, from what I read. But there was a mix-up.
Where you read it? Where did you read? Oh, you mean you read it where?
I read it on St. Kitts and Nevis Times.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of times, you guys know what
I don't. That's just so wrong.
I just think that sometimes we have to make a distinction between news and propaganda, and some things are clearly news, even if they're on a ostensibly propagandistic channel. Sometimes I butt heads with certain people, and I'm like, okay, this person might lean a certain way, but if something happened, it happened, and they reported it, it happened. It doesn't suddenly mean that it's suspect because it was reported by, Yeah. Obviously, you have to go ahead and look and see if they did their due diligence and it's not just hearsay and blah blah blah, right? But I think generally, even you could say ostensibly propagandistic outlets with any responsibility would make sure that they're not going to report certain things if they didn't happen, right? I mean, I don't think anybody's going to say a dead body got mixed up with another one if it didn't happen. It's pretty serious business, right? Yeah.
It really is.
I'm not saying this for y'all, really. I'm
I'm
saying this for certain other people listening.
That such a thing would happen.
You know?
And the mere fact that we can have open caskets and then we don't know that that's not our loved one, even though our features change once we die, because with the blood drains out, we look extra dark. Jamster.
Oh, really? I do. Okay.
Yes, because I won't look the same. You know, once all your blood goes out of your body, you look darker.
I guess I probably see more. I've seen
why
movie bodies. I don't see.
Oh,
maybe
you
I
don't
don't
see
the
their
real
bodies.
thing.
Oh. That's why
You
even
don't
the
go to
makeup.
funeral and look
That's
at
why
the-
even the makeup don't match sometimes.
Generally
because
I can't, especially if it's just somebody who I really liked. I always.
And then you
I don't want anybody to see me cry. So that's the other thing. So.
But you could wear your darkers. But do you actually go up and look at the person that's in the box?
Not all
from
the
person
time.
that you
Not
knew?
all the time.
Okay,
because
fair enough.
It's not pretty. I mean,
Exactly, they don't look the same.
No, I don't even mean that. I meant it figuratively, actually.
Oh.
Like, if somebody like I was really good with, I mean, it's really.
So you try to remember them just in life.
Yeah. I mean, I like, say for example, like Bridges and so. I can't go watch Bridges.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, or
fair enough.
You know.
Just wear your darkers and have your tissue close by. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Life.
Because I know Bridges since I was a kid. Bridges was a friend of my mom.
Yeah.
I've known him forever. Him and Mr. Lazar because of sports, and they both were into radio and television, etc., etc. That's why I said an ex-sportcaster. We've lost another sportscaster.
I mean Bridges?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you used to do all of that.
Yeah, him and Mr. Lazar and someone else. I can't remember the third person. The third person isn't gone on yet, though, so no. I'm just saying the group that I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we have a water shortage. I just read something from our water department about, And so here, this is in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, parts of it. It says drought conditions lead to water rationing in parts of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Do we have a caller? Oh, okay. So it says here, some residents in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are experiencing water woes due to drought conditions, causing certain areas to have water rationed as it continues to be a harsh, dry season from many Caribbean islands. And it says here that the Central Water and Sewerage Authority issued a dry weather disruption advising customers on the Montreal water supply system that due to worsening river flows, it has become necessary to increase the water rationing for previously rationed area to twice weekly, as well as the inclusion of a new community to the schedule. This went into effect on April 9th until conditions improve at the source. So it says here, there are areas affected from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. So St. Kitts and Nevis, our Caribbean neighbors are also experiencing these conditions.
Well, I think here's something that just came in, which I think will interest you. Your big friend from Barbados, Peter Wickham. Let me see. I just had it. Where is it gone? Okay, so polls to Peter Wickham analyzes Sean K. Richards' resignation and Pam's decision on to immunity, emphasizes PLP leader Dr. Timothy Harris's unwavering popularity. Really? Okay. Okay, I guess maybe he's been doing polling about that. So because let's face the ugly truth. Huh? I mean, Pam was third last time, right? So
in the number of votes, yes, yes, the number of votes.
Well, that's how we elect governments, don't we?
But I did a little analysis, and I said, if we led PLP in majority of the constituencies, but in the total number of votes, we fell a little short. But
it seems as though he was on. Peter was on the
narrative.
I'll send it to you guys. And maybe we could do this Monday, I guess.
He was on the narrative.
I imagine Jermaine might want to touch this tomorrow for Inside the News. So he was on.
Yes.
I'm trying to send it to you guys.
Trying to see how. I think I had a. He has like a 30. Okay, it's like 35 minutes. Yeah, gotta be chopped up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to hear what he said. Oh, and we could have him call on Monday.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. You're the one. You have his number, right?
yes,
I think I have his number too.
Yes,
but,
yes.
I mean,
Azard, make the connection.
Peter Wickham. Yeah.
Yes. It's interesting times, the People's Action Movement, politics, everything. It's getting quite busy, and the People's Action Movement is doing what it can to ensure that it is ready.
Okay, we're gonna send the bill, all right? Yes, we'll send the bill at the end of the month.
I'm looking at I could say that I saying that as an observer, because I'm
really
looking
now?
at the Facebook page and everything.
How convenient!
Yes,
You suddenly become an observer.
He knows his law.
I'm an observer. I'm not even wearing yellow.
I'm not wearing yellow today.
Yeah, that's what you
At
probably
least-
that'd probably
at
be your
least-
argument.
At least not yet for the
Not
day.
yet. Okay,
Yes.
not yet for the day. So he intends to wear it. So
We have a call.
Yes,
Okay,
we have
go
a
ahead.
call. Caller, you're live on Island T. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Island Tea.
Morning,
I'm
Jam
drinking
now.
some ganja tea here this morning.
Oh, Lord. So,
Yes.
I wanna send my condolences to my good friend, my mentor, Bridges, Alfonso Bridges. Oh my God, that's a great guy. And as I
Yes.
are talking, you see all them stats behind Bridges and a man named Clem Hicks in sports. Good community people, man. Genuine people, not the vagabonds that we just started to see in the early 80s. We're talking about genuine people. Bridges' legacy can erase in this country. And we got to lift him up and lift up his family and pray for the family. Bridges and Clem Hicks, these two guys should have honored long time. But we got some vagabond people in St. Kitts, we got to weed them out, like grass, We got to weed them out as The next thing I want to talk about is the nasty behavior around St. Kitts. In petitions, in government places, fighting petitions. And that is a big thing to me. Big thing. That we go wipe out. Some of them watching the slaughter, Watching the slaughter and laughing. Well, let it go ahead. I enjoy yourself. Kortensia,
Hey.
enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jam now.
Jam down.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell Crucial Banker to send you a bill for using it. Watching the slaughter. Okay.
Where we supposed to be.
He's still gonna bill you though.
A young man there from Keon, an elder. Where to call him? He's family to Chesley Hamilton. And this guy, there is who make us known. Mentos and this guy, Jomo Pemberton in Puerto Rico. My friend Jomo, good morning. Look what they're doing to these people. Petitions can't get on at a festival. And you repeated Jamaican artists came for them and they're singing a sense. The kind of pull a crowd. You can imagine Jamster and music agent. Jamster, where you take on that?
Say less.
Say less.
For now.
Say something. Third wall, done gone with bunny rugs. What can't carry third wall? And the last time I watched third wall over Nevis, I shame to when I see them in St. Martin, when bunny rugs was just realized that he got cancer, diagnosed with cancer. I mean, even though the brother was King Jamster, say, you could have seen it on him and said, but the man naturally could sing. You had Ibo, the organist, all these guys. Jamster, have a good day. Have a good day.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Jam down God. Jam down God.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, okay, 6 minutes on to 9 o'clock. I hope we didn't have fireproof last week, did we? Yeah,
No.
we didn't. Right. So
We got stood up.
Hopefully they'll be here this week. I'm sure they have good reasons. We have another call coming in.
Yes. Caller, you're live.
Call up. Go ahead.
Good morning, Island. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to, I myself want to send my condolences out to the Bridgewater family. Bridges, he was a good man. He was a very humble man. I got to know Bridges playing football. He was playing cricket. I never seen him play cricket. I never see him play cricket, but I hear him play cricket. I hear him play cricket. And when Bridges always get along good, he was also there by the Central Street, there by the bench, by TDC with Judy, the girl Judy went to sell she hamburger and them things. And we only time we meet, we will always have a discussion and all kind of thing. And Bridges I never discuss politics with Bridges. Bridges never discuss politics with me. This man was such a humbling man of this federation of this country. And up to last night on the sport rap, I hear the guy, Old Smitten, talk a lot about him with Nevis too. And Old Smitten from Nevis. So I never know Bridges was a real great cricketer, but I know he was a good footballer. And I know that he would celebrate something. I used to call him for the program at morning sometime when he and Mackay on. And I just want to wish the Seaton family to in Trinity. I just want to wish them all the best. And Bridges, you know that you're going to get a good turnout because you was a humbling man and the people of this federation have a lot of respect for you. May God bless the family and keep them. All right then.
Okay, great. Okay, that's Mr. Politrix doing his thing.
We were just talking about bodies, right? So I see an article here that says Antiguan government buries 6 bodies after families failed to claim them. And so it says the bodies were being held, some bodies were being held from since 2021 and remaining in storage. 3 were there since 2021 and 3 were there since 2022. One of the bodies belonged to a 16-year-old gentleman whose father waited 11 months for DNA results to confirm his son's identity after a fire in January 2022. Another body was a person found dead in the street. The bodies were placed in plain wooden boxes and were buried together in one large hole. So it's it went on to say, due to the bodies remaining unclaimed, the government bore the cost of storage and burial, averaging $70 per day per body.
Well, actually, the local story, they said that, it was an unclaimed body as well.
Hey, good morning.
How are you doing? Go ahead, Miss Henry.
Good morning, Miss Henry.
Miss Henry.
Oh, yeah, call to give God thanks for the rain again.
Amen.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, God answer prayer, you know. I call also to wish Sir Kennedy Simmons happy birthday. You know, today is his birthday.
Yes, we mentioned it at the start of our program.
Oh, yeah,
he made 88. Yes.
Yes. Azard
and going strong.
Yes.
You know, so we give God thanks for him.
Yes.
And for Bridges, you know, my daughter was the manager of the landfill on the Bridges for a year before she went to Barbados.
Okay.
And, you know, she was so impressed because she called me and told me. I said, look at that, no? People from abroad called me to tell me. And we used to sit down together on the bench, the same bench Mr. Politics talk about.
Yes.
By Judy. Condolences to Judy, her mother passed away, Miss Boyd.
Yes.
So condolences, and today's Ronnie Rascal's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Ronnie.
Happy birthday.
Jamster, remember?
Jamster, Miss Henry.
Happy birthday,
happy birthday, Rascal. Ronnie Rascal in school.
Oh, and
he and Barry Cranston were in the same class.
Okay.
Maths class. So to Ronnie Rascal, may the Lord continue to use you and bring all that talent to our kingdom.
He used to do these, what's this? Aries, right? He used to do this Aries. Rascal, you need to bring him at the Aries party, man. He used to have the Aries parties for his birthday. Like a,
you could walk along with him. Maybe Ronnie Rascal walk out. You know, when you got party, plenty eaters and nobody bring no gift.
No, but Miss Henry, these are the parties where I think you pay a cover charge to get in the door. And
sometimes they eat more than what they prefer.
Boy.
These are paying parties.
Yeah, but that's what Miss Henry's saying, they eat more than. But Miss Henry, you have a great memory though. You want to share some of that memory with me? Because sometimes,
of course.
Sometimes I'm told something like 5 minutes ago. In the next 5 minutes, I'm asking the same question because I literally forgot. I ask a lot every day to hold my memory together.
I am 76, and sometimes I'm trying to remember the name, but it comes,
Okay.
But it's practice and not force yourself.
Okay.
Like how you think you read a scripture.
Okay.
You know? Or you want to remember what Jamster said yesterday. What were we talking about? No, that should help to stir your mind, eh?
What? What did I say yesterday?
See, even Jamson needs to work on his memory.
What she said I said?
I said she could use that as an idea to stir her memory.
But he's trying to...
Okay. Yeah, but I was trying to remember what I said.
What did I say yesterday? Let me hear you now.
What did you say yesterday?
That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, it's all a blur.
Think about it. I name as I can go in the court, so he remember, you know? He might not even get a chance to come out.
Oh, boy.
One of those cases where the defendant lunges over the desk at the lawyer?
And then the plainly know it.
Well, you know, the lawyer doesn't give evidence.
But you ought to give a make statement. Oh, my client, excuse me, Lord, you know the truth. Because clients are required to tell the barrister or whoever the truth before they go into the court. And then they get up and start a story, you know? You want to know, Lord, man, Lord Azard, Lord.
Well, it's for the clients to give their side of the story during evidence
you don't want the truth.
examination in chief.
A man's side of the story is not necessarily the truth, you know?
Yeah, that could be true.
Truth.
That could be true. That could be true.
Anyway, don't defile your soul, eh? Some cases tell him, go to the next lawyer down the road. You can't take every case, you know.
Yes,
you
I
know that, right?
understand, yes.
You can't take every case. If Jamster come and you know, Jamster say it on the program. And the person sue him for defamation.
I'll probably have the recording too.
Do they record all programs?
Yeah? Yes.
They record all programs?
Oh, yeah, all the identity programs are recorded.
By the way, I heard it on the TV.
Yes.
For those of you who do have a radio. Channel 40.
Yes.
On the cable, it comes on live.
Yes.
I discovered that.
Yes.
So that means you haven't been listening to Jamster talk, because Jamster almost always says it.
Says what?
He said TVC. He says TVC.
Channel 40. Yeah.
Yes.
TVC Channel 40.
Yes. Channel 40.
Up to yesterday, he mentioned TVC, but he didn't say Channel 40. Anyway,
okay.
right now, I'm going to that with you. Right now, I'm encouraging people to watch Channel 40.
Yes.
Those of you who maybe whatever. And I also listen to it on TuneIn.
Yes.
My TV.
Yes.
Yeah, man. There are many ways to get to it, you know. So work on your memory like that.
Okay.
Find something to associate with what you want to remember.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then. Happy birthday, Dr. Simmons.
Thank you, Miss Henry.
Before we take the break, man, my sister just made my day. She just blew me a kiss and said, thinking of you. Oh, boy, I feel... yeah.
Where's your sister, Jamson?
She lives in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Aww. Sister, you should see Jamson's face behind the glass. He's blushing away. Happy to hear from his sister.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let's squeeze in this call before the break.
Okay. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Yes. Jamster, me again. I want to send condolences to Julie. Where politics and Sylvie used to talk about the bench. That was Bridges' spot. Julie lose her man too. Her man passed away. And Julie's sister, my good friend. Man, my condolences to all of you. And we're lifting up you all in prayer. Have a good evening, afternoon.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's take a quick break. 9:04. We don't see our... Oh, that's 9:30, so yeah, getting a little mixed up here. Okay, don't forget, folks, tomorrow we have the Soca Zone Showcase, especially for SKN artists. So give this a listen. Let's take the break.
But I know about you, but me love sing is and if it's bad.
Soca Zone presents Showcase is a brand new show. It's an open mic edition for the artists. You can come and showcase your talent where you can sing, do what you feel like, freestyle. If you want to be a singer from how long, but don't get it pushed down the courage, this is the show for you. Every first Saturday, every month, we're going to be doing a show for the artists them. This is what the open mic edition is all about. The host Tazlim, aka DJ Raspy of Tough House Sound, and Scratchy Bama. We don't know. Soca Zone 98.9, Win FM, Soca Zone Showcase. Every first Saturday, every month, Soca Zone presents Showcase Artist Thing 98.9.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Diamond Security Services Limited is seeking individuals for full-time employment. Positions are available for security officers. Interested persons can visit the office between the hours 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday at the CAP Southwell Industrial Site, Bastyr. Please bring a police record. For more information, call 465-0911.
Well, guess what? We're going to go straight back to the phone lines. 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Caller, you're on Island T. Go ahead.
Oh, damn, I forget. I just want to send both the greetings going out to the Right Honorable Dr. Kennedy Simmons. I believe he has done well because 15 years he was in government, he and his cabinet. I want to wish him all the best for 88 years. Dr. Simmons, you have done well for this federation, and we love you as a human being. I know because of certain reason, a lot of people won't come on and say happy birthday to you. But we got to put the political tribalism and the blindness aside. You have done well for this federation, and I believe Fort Dante is one, and the Southeast Peninsula is one. You make a bread basket for this federation of sinking enemies, but the supervision you had. And we got to give credit. No matter what. You all have a wonderful day, God. Happy birthday going on to Ronnie Rascal too. Ronnie Rascal, me good radio friend. All right then.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Politrix.
Yeah.
Mr. Politics, man. Yes.
Look at this.
But before we go on there, because he mentioned Sir Kennedy, right? So Socrates has a Calypso out. And again, I want to say happy birthday to Sir Kennedy. He is celebrating 88 years today, and it's not a small number. He is very... We have a caller? You have this song? Yeah. So this is... The verse goes... One of the verse go like this. We have a caller? We have a caller online. Okay, go ahead. Okay. So it says, I say it's time to legislate, declare, and designate April 12th a national holiday. On the 12th of April, 1936, a great son of the soil was born. There has been no other leader, none before him or since after, deemed worthy of that distinction. From being the first Leeward Island scholar to being the first prime minister, none has matched his contribution. That's verse 1. And it says the chorus, so let's declare his birthday a national holiday. Caller, you're live on Island T.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
My friend, we said something earlier, and I mean, as an attorney, I think you should correct her, because she made a comment that, one is required to tell the attorney the truth. And that's not true because at your office, I show there's a consultation.
Yes.
And, the individual will lay out the matter to you.
Yes.
And you will decide where we go from there.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with you, the person telling you the truth.
Exactly. And there's some clients too. They're going to tell you their side of the story, and for you sometimes whether or not this really coincides to what is likely to have been happening or what have happened based on the evidence that they present to you as well. So yeah.
But, people shouldn't make that statement, because it is not true.
Yeah, we really go on
and
what
whether
our
you,
clients.
whether you believe or not, that's not up to you. At the consultation, you will make your decision there.
Mm-hmm. And then you advise
whether to go forward.
Yeah. And then not. Yeah, and then you advise the client the options.
Of course.
Yeah. But I know that there's some, and I'm not going on Miss Henry on this, but I know there's some persons who have this negative this negative perception of attorneys. But we aren't all bad people. Attorneys are people essentially, and so there are good people and there are bad people. So because attorney, the profession of being a lawyer, you've taken it from the human race, and so they're bad people, so to speak.
Lawyers are people?
So lawyers are people. We come from the society.
Really?
So, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You guys, man.
So we're gonna have, persons who do good things and persons who do not so good things.
Here's another call here. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I know my boy there, Azard, is saying lawyers are people. Yes, they are.
Yes.
But Azard, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
As a lawyer,
yes,
I always wonder, how could some lawyer in their right mind, they know their client is guilty, but they'll stand there and let that client plead not guilty?
Well, there's some.
Why not tell that person, Lord, you did the crime. Just throw yourself at the mercy of the court.
Well, there's especially that is for perhaps when it comes to criminal matters. So that's more so criminal matters. And when you go to criminal matters, I've asked even other attorneys as well. Do you ask your clients whether or not they have done it? And some attorneys said no. I just go based on what they have said to me,
but from the case, the man was fine with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
They have evidence showing he was there. So they have all the evidence showing he was guilty. But the lawyer can let him stand up in court and say, not guilty. How do you plead? Not guilty. Buddy, you're guilty. Show yourself at the mercy of the court. I was a lawyer, cases like that I would not take. That is why they say lawyers next to the devil.
Well, for me, I could say maybe of matters that I've had. I have had matters where, based on the evidence and what the client has said to me, and it might not even have gone to court in the sense, but if I find that that the person, I would say to them, it's better that we deal with the it's going to be a certain way, and then we just deal with the mitigation of it, But then again, it depends on.
Now another question to the alleged wrong body burial.
Mm-hmm.
Now here how I look at that, right? If it was my family at the government or whoever wrongly buried, you know what? I would sing the song "Count Your Blessing," name them one by one, because I would look at it as a blessing. Okay, the money I was gonna spend. Yeah, for the big funeral and the casket, casket expensive these days.
Yes.
I would have said, okay, look at it as a blessing. We don't want that casket again. Mm-hmm. Let's just have a service with a picture, have a wake, and honor with dead and go home. Mm-hmm. Government already buried the person. Let them stay down there. They're resting already. I wouldn't make a fuss. You wouldn't have to dig back up my loved ones. Okay, government? I want to just leave them there.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Some people, even though when you have the bodies, the persons are dead, and of course the person has already left us in that form. But, it for many of us, and for us who have lost loved ones, even though we lose loved ones let's say a week before the funeral, let's say a month before the funeral. Sometimes it's only at the funeral and you feel, that sort of formal goodbye, even though the goodbye had been given days, weeks, months before. And so it would be, even though you say, count your blessings, for many persons, they didn't have the opportunity to physically lay their loved ones to rest, And so it comes with a sense of connection as well, because you want to be the one to give them what is called sometimes a good send-off, You want to pay your respects. You want to ensure that everything goes well. And for persons who have lost persons dear to them, that can't be replaced. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to queue up the song here to play, but I'm trying to get this thing to cooperate. Let's take this call quick, and then I'll come back. No problem.
Yeah.
Caller, go ahead.
Caller, you live on Island T.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Mr. McMahon. Yes, though we must admit that it takes some kind of cynicism on the part of lawyers to actually feel that the client is guilty, but they still have to be in self-denial and defend that client. Okay? It's almost like the lawyer is an accomplice. All right? Actually, I wondered, maybe that's why so many lawyers are in politics. The cynicism.
Amen.
And,
amen. Will the church say amen?
Yeah.
Are you talking about St. Kitts and Nevis? Because
no,
currently,
all.
Currently,
all.
Currently, most of the persons in government now aren't lawyers.
No. I'm speaking generally. That's why I'm saying generally. You just go to the Caribbean, international. You see a lot of lawyers somehow gravitate towards politics.
I mean, let's think about it. Lawyers, they're advocates. They go to court. They represent people, do they not? They represent their clients. Yes. When it comes to political office, do you not represent your state? Do you not represent the people within that state? Do you not represent the country on a whole? So there's some level of
representation.
There's some level of representation.
Yes,
when you talk about when you talk about
there's representation at all costs. And the thing, what I think, Pratt Company, is the fact that it not just represent, you do whatever it takes to win.
But that's not just that's not just lawyers, though, Mr. McMahon, and even there's a machinery
I'm
as
talking about propensity towards.
But let's be fair here. Let's be fair here. There's a representative, right, and there might be a candidate. But there's a whole machinery oftentimes behind this candidate, and the whole machinery isn't the legal fraternity. It's made up of persons of different walks of life, different professions.
But Azard, lawyers are essentially about law. The politician thing is just the next step. But his key point is
who makes law?
Sound.
Who makes law?
No, I understand that. Obviously, it makes sense that lawyers would gravitate towards governance and politics because
when we look at the three arms of government, we talk about the legislature, we talk about the judiciary, and we talk about the executive. The legislator makes the law, and so if you're going to have lawyers who interpret the law for their clients and part of the judiciary, it's just a natural process that you see them.
But Azard, you're muddying the waters. What we're talking about here is that the lawyer knows, right, or even if he's not 100% certain, is 90% certain that his client did it. That this client is lying to them, and they would still hide behind.
I say this right. You can't.
The defense of the lawyer must represent his client.
But no. There's nothing set in stone. There's nothing set in stone that says that individuals, lawyers are individuals, and individuals who do what they can. You understand?
I figured.
So let's not look at it as a lawyer. Let's look at it as individuals and lawyers who who have done things against the law, once found out, are brought before the law. So let's talk about it individuals.
Not in this case. That's the whole point. Not in this case, because they hide behind the fact that a lawyer is supposed to represent his client. And so it's almost as if you get away, like I said, as an accomplice, or you're living the lie, even
Mac,
though that's the whole point.
Yeah,
To me, it takes a particular type of mindset to be able
It takes
to
a particular type of person, yes.
not feel anything about it.
A particular type of person, regardless profession.
Okay. Okay, Mac, we have to end it here. We have another segment coming up. Mac, we can continue this. And by the way, I agree that lawyers are problematic.
I believe that people can be problematic, and lawyers
are not people. So that's a whole other genus of problematic. Boy.
So we have with
lawyers.
us representative from TDC. We have Dominic Matthew. Dominic.
Thank you.
Dominic from TDC.
You know, I just realized.
Yes, you just realized.
I just realized. Kortensia, you're wearing TDC shirt, and it says here 1973 to 2000.
I was wondering which TDC representative you meant. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh.
But I heard my name, so I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Dominic.
But they're both wearing blue and the same shirt.
Well, different arms of the same company.
Yes.
So we're here to talk about the thing.
Oh, yes.
We're here to talk about the one thing we forgot to mention this morning.
I ran all the way
VAT
from
Day.
TDC Home and Building.
Yeah, that's what he mentioned.
He did mention
it.
it?
As I mentioned VAT Day. I'm just not into VAT
thing.
Day, so I didn't.
Yes, it is VAT Day. It is VAT Day. VAT Day number 1.
Yes.
Of the several VAT days.
Yes.
And
for the year.
And I just managed to literally run away from 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more of the stores to tell you guys what we're having today.
Yes.
So we're the only store, the only company, let me put it that way, that is giving you 24 hours of shopping.
Oh.
Yeah, not 12 to 12 and 7 to 7 like some others. We're giving you 24 hours of shopping. So you can shop in our physical store at our home and building depot from 7 a.m. this morning to 5 p.m. So we're giving an extra half an hour from what is normally done at our home and building depots.
Okay.
But before we got to 7 a.m., our online portal, shoptdcgroup.com, was open from midnight.
Yeah. Oh.
So we gave persons an opportunity to shop at their own convenience. So whether you got up to wash your hands, wash your face, relieve yourself, you had a chance to shop online for the same quality products that you definitely need and get the VAT Day offer.
So is it that you pay one time too and then just collect at the store?
You could collect or you could have it delivered. And if you are a TDC Mega Reward Card member, you get the points as well.
That's very good to know.
So we closed off that
I wish
section.
we had known that before.
Well, I come in. We closed off that section at 6 a.m. to allow for the physical store to open. The physical store, which is Home and Building Depot, Automotive Division, and City Drug Store Nevis, they're open at their normal hours, which is for City Drug Store Nevis, for our friends in Nevis, it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. In Automotive, it's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So when those stores close, you could also shop online until 11:59, get the VAT Day savings and the Mega Reward points.
Okay.
So I don't think there's anybody else in St. Kitts and Nevis giving you 24 hours of shopping with the VAT Day savings and the value-added benefits. Now, there's some products in store that are already reduced, so you get extra savings on those as well.
Also, we could go in there now, but I could imagine the lines.
You could shop online.
Oh,
after the store closes.
But what if the item
after the
goes?
store closes, we could still shop online.
You could still shop online,
Until
right.
11:59.
But we're open. We're giving you the extra half an hour to come in. You could come in on your lunch hour. Yeah. And shop
I
as
like
well.
the online platform because it gives you the same opportunity minus the hassle.
Right, at your own convenience.
At your own convenience,
right.
yes.
And
I
the
love
good
that.
thing is you still get the value-added benefits that the company is offering and the VAT Day incentive is being given.
Yes.
So you could shop across all platforms. That's City Drug Store Nevis, Home and Building Depots, Automotive Divisions. and still get the savings. I don't think there's any store doing that. So we're taking the lead. You're taking the lead again?
Yes.
and doing that. So
yes.
giving persons a chance. And I did mention just a while ago, like you were saying, those items that are reduced, you could get them online as well.
Oh,
okay.
So
Let's
we've
play
brought
ad.
those savings online as well.
So
you
Jamsa
can
wants
make it
us to
the
play
store.
the
Play the ad because I was supposed to play it at the top. I couldn't find it.
the
That's
ad?
why. No, I couldn't
Yes.
find it at the time. So okay, here we go.
Shop this VAT Day around the clock with TDC, your VAT Day specialist. On April 12th, go to your favorite TDC retail store, TDC Automotive, City Drugstore Nevis Limited, TDC Home and Building Depot, and shoptdcgroup.com. Get 20% off store-wide and take advantage of the reduced VAT Day offer. This VAT Day, go where the savings are. TDC Automotive Divisions, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. City Drugstore Nevis Limited, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. TDC Home and Building Depots, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. ShopTDCGroup.com, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. And Shop TDC, your VAT Day specialist. At TDC, together we succeed. Terms and conditions apply.
Self-proclaimed VAT
And
Day
we are
specialist.
back with Dominic.
No, sorry, the VAT Day specialist for today.
The VAT Day
I could take
specialist.
that one. Yeah.
He said TDC is a self-proclaimed
VAT Day specialist.
VAT Day specialist.
TDC is a self-proclaimed VAT Day specialist.
VAT Day
Okay.
specialist.
All right.
So we had some additional savings on a few other product categories in store. So some of those items would be in our housewares, household, our appliances and so forth. So we have some additional savings in store, and of course you can also get those savings online. So we've created an opportunity for those persons to come in store and online to get the items they need for VAT Day number 1 according to Azard. VAT Day, first VAT Day of the year. First VAT Day of the year.
Yeah.
So we're doing that.
So it is the first VAT Day of the year.
Right.
And hopefully we get some a summer VAT Day too in the summer.
You're looking forward to summer?
Well,
VAT
I
days?
mean, let's hope.
Let's
this
hope.
summer.
Let's hope. But for those persons who are, we do have a few other incentives across the group for those persons who are looking to get some extra cash to tie them over or to consolidate. We have our Easter loan. We've extended the Easter loan at TDC Financial Services, where you can get yourself some available cash to tie yourself over, or whether it's for studies, whether it's for home renovations.
What's the interest
etc.
rate?
We have the very lowest interest rate.
How much that?
I think it's somewhere between 8.5 and 12, somewhere there. Okay. It's between that range. We also have, of course, opportunities for persons to save after the VAT Day, because we have a number of other savings activities going on. We have this is Go Green Month at the TDC Home and Building Depot. And of course, we're proud to say that we're taking the lead.
Yes.
I can say that much, taking the lead. We've installed solar panels many years ago, and we've taken the lead since then in April. So we tend to have a particular campaign focusing on the environment. So we're asking our customers to shop with their green bags. And if you don't have your green bag, we do sell green bags as well. This is our way of, supporting the government's initiative with the single-use plastic announcement and so forth, and also a chance for you to continue to save. So during Earth Week, we're giving you a chance to bring in your own green bag, and those renewable items that you put in your bag, you get an extra 5% on those.
Nice.
Right? So it's more than just LED bulbs and solar panels and so on. We have paint. All of our paint is eco-friendly. Every single paint we sell in our store is eco-friendly. They're ISO certified. So when we talk green, we not talking money, but we're talking the environment.
We could talk money too, because we
dollars and cents. So we have that as well. We have solar panels. We have LED bulbs. We have cookware as well that we feature during our green campaign. So we have lawn and garden supplies. We have organic fertilizers. So for those persons who are worried about pesticides and so on, no. We have green products for them as well. So that's taking part of our April promotions that we're doing as well. We're also featuring our new vehicle at the automotive division, the Franks.
Yes.
So if you want to come in and test drive the Franks, you can do so as
The
well.
Franks? Who's it made by?
I don't.
That's a model, right?
Yeah.
Is it Toyota or Suzuki? Or
I'll send you
Franks?
that. I'm getting a car from my manager, so
Okay.
I'll tell you that in a few.
A Franks.
Yes.
I'm being summoned.
Yes, so you have
we
to
have the
go.
Suzuki Franks, I think it is.
Okay.
So we have that as well. We also have our switch and save at the insurance company limited. So for those persons who want to switch and save, or you can bundle and save, we're doing that as well. So we're really giving persons an opportunity to save. Those particular vehicles at automotive,
Yeah.
we're also featuring our hybrid vehicles. Remember I mentioned our green campaign at the Home and Building Depot? So we've segued into that as well with our vehicles, where we're actually featuring our hybrid vehicles so that keep an environmentally minded focus for the month of April. Jamster, we still got them weights that you've been asking about. So
For $400. So, okay.
I can't speak to that, but I can get you something.
I guess they'll be a much better price.
Today, that's why I mentioned it, yeah.
Okay.
So that next time when I come in, you could probably,
So he actually did look for it. So you
Yes,
got
I
his
did.
charges for it.
And
He had
last
the
week from
price.
the health and wellness fair, we had a set of weights, Jamster, that came in a case. It was actually $465,000. So I erred in that regard not to send you the photo.
But you see, I did. That's always right.
But you see, I was
went and
waiting for
checked,
waiting for the VAT they offer to give you.
Okay, so without that, okay, all right.
And could you tell us what is the cost now? Because how much of a reduction is today?
So we are giving you, the stores are giving you 20%, and you get the 12% from government. So you only pay 5% on your purchase.
Okay.
And that's store wide. So that's store wide. Store wide meaning online and everything in the store except the staff. So the stuff outside, yeah.
Like
Lumber,
that,
the steel and so
except the
outside,
staff.
yeah.
We were playing
store wide, everything.
What time you guys close today? Is that
for the home and building depots? We close at 5 p.m.
Okay, we were planning to pass up there today.
No, don't plan. Just come because I'll be waiting for you. Yeah. For the automotive divisions, we close at 4. For City Drugstore Nevis, we close at 5. But at 5:01, the online store kicks in until 11:59, so that you could have the extra savings.
Oh, and quick before you go, I did notice, because I'm a car guy, so I did notice I've seen a lot of hybrids. Like I see a
Smart.
Toyota. There's a Toyota RAV4 hybrid that's
That is
always
correct.
parked
You've
over
been paying
there.
attention, man.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of them. I'm kind of surprised that I'm actually surprised you guys don't even play up that more.
Well, that's what we're doing
The cost
in the month of
savings
April.
with fuel and so, because you have a hybrid, you might put in gas once a month.
Right, that's
if that frequent,
Right. That's part of our green campaign for the month of April. So of course I'm hoping that you could tell me when I return that you had a test drive, and you could tell the listeners and my colleagues.
Well, you guys can also
about the experience.
You guys can always make me a spokesman and give me a vehicle.
Hey.
Because this is actually someone who's very, I think I'm very progressive when it comes to stuff like that, and being environmentally responsible and so on. So, TDC might want to consider.
Now that you mention it, I'm
I'm serious. You give me a vehicle, and
so you become the official.
And I will talk. This is something I'll talk
hybrid
about all the time because
Could you imagine that? Jamster, the hybrid guy.
Serious. Jamster, the hybrid guy.
Jamster, the hybrid guy.
He has a ring. He has a ring to it.
He
has a ring to it.
The hybrid guy, not the TDC automotive guy, but the hybrid guy.
Hybrid guy.
Hey, there goes the hybrid guy.
For
Hi, it's the hybrid
I've actually
guy.
been telling people for years that you should consider getting a hybrid car. You'd be surprised how little you'll be buying gas. Because the way it works is you have the battery, and the engine kicks in when the battery is low and charges the battery and also powers the car.
Yes.
So yeah. And give the fact that the island is very small, you're not really even going to be running out of your charge that often,
I just send in the proof that I am at Winnerfield.
Okay. Okay, so let's hoping the powers that be are listening and realize what a good pitchman I would be for your hybrid offerings at TDC Automotive. TDC.
Jamster, the hybrid guy.
Yeah. I'm that dude. Okay,
Well,
time.
guys, I look forward to seeing you in store. and of course to take advantage of the huge savings. Yes, Jamster, the weights.
The weights, yeah. I'm going to take a look at them this
Maybe
afternoon.
a bigger teapot, I don't know.
And see what.
Looking for tea or maybe a bigger mug.
Okay.
No, it teas in there, but it after like half an hour it's dead.
I'll have to look into that and get you guys probably a better tea set from our home and building depot.
Oh, and we would appreciate that. We say thanks in advance.
Every time I come, I have a complimentary cup of tea.
See,
without bringing my own cup.
Exactly, the china is just there, the tea's in there, and it's just.
I'll sort you guys.
Okay, 9:35. So Dominic, we know we're going to see you for the next VAT day. We got Fireproof coming up next. The fireman is outside. So let's you guys listen to this TDC ad and go and do what you got to do today. VAT day.
Yeah, we'll take a short break, guys.
Shop this VAT Day around the clock with TDC, your VAT Day specialist. On April 12th, go to your favorite TDC retail store, TDC Automotive, City Drugstore Nevis Limited, TDC Home and Building Depot, and shoptdcgroup.com. Get 20% off store-wide and take advantage of the reduced VAT Day offer. This VAT Day, go where the savings are. TDC Automotive Divisions, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. City Drugstore Nevis Limited, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. TDC Home and Building Depots, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Shop TDCGroup.com, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. And shop TDC, your VAT Day specialist. At TDC, together we succeed. Terms and conditions apply.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Fruta, fruta full of vitamin thing. Real fruit juice, not full of vitamin. Pop open the goodness, just dive in. Fruta every night, fruta every morning.
It's the amazing taste and quality in fruit juice you've come to know and love. Anytime, anywhere, any occasion. Fruta is your tastier, better, healthier choice.
We got the vibes, fruta. Real, real nice, fruta.
And for the families, remember to pick up the 1 liter.
Looking for something extra? Look no further. Suppligent's got you covered with our Suppligent Shop and Win promotion. You can be the lucky winner to take home one of 3 cash prizes. Just spend $12 or more on any Suppligent Tetra products at your favorite supermarket, write your name and contact at the back of your bill, and place it in the specially marked entry form box for a chance to win big. Promotion runs April 1st to May 30th, 2024. Suppligent boosts you up.
I say it's time to legislate, declare and designate April 12th a national holiday on the 12th of April 1936.
Well,
So we wanted to hear some of that. That's good calypso. Good calypso.
I was trying to play it earlier, but yeah.
Maybe we'll get it in before we leave.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be really good.
Well, Carringdale, I know he wants to talk about the drought and so on.
And he says he
changed his mind. But you can still talk about it because it still applies. It is a drought just because we have
the rain made him feel good about life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Imagine coming to talk about a topic and then on this day we're coming to talk about the drought and it's raining cats and dogs out there.
Exactly.
But you know, we're still experiencing it nonetheless.
And we still have the same water issue.
Yes.
Because the water will still go off at 7 o'clock this evening.
No matter how much rain falls, we still have a problem.
Just before you start, it just occurred to me that we have to consider the real possibility, especially before, let's say, the desal plants and so come online, that the water might start getting, it might actually become early at some point. Because remember, it used to be 10 o'clock. Now it's 7 o'clock. So we have to really consider the real possibility that it might be 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock at some point.
Oh, I'm down to getting water for just 3 hours in the day.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
if those 3 hours are when persons are at work?
Antigua type problems, you know?
Yes. That's not cool, you know. Listen, I enjoyed boasting of the country that I live in when I lived abroad. The roads, the water, the service, the people, etc., etc. And now I'm back home, and all these things are just not.
Also, you used to boast about Thinkers
all
in
the
Antigua?
time.
Oh,
All
cool.
the
We need to have a
time.
conversation about that another time.
All the time, yeah.
Karen Gale, take it away.
Yes, tell us about the drought and tell us about the water conservation points.
All right, good morning to everyone. Good on Radio Land and those of us viewing via the internet. It's a pleasure to be back here on Island T with Fireproof.
Yes.
My name is Carindale Hodge, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm here representing the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services. Okay, so the plan today is to have a conversation about the drought we're experiencing, but quite twisting to that. It's raining cats and dogs on the outside. But nonetheless, we are still right within the drought, and we should be mindful of safe water practices. Along with being in the drought, we are also in, it's a part of the drought, the dry season, and right in the tip of what we like to consider fire season. So again, I can't say it enough. We are urging persons not to light fires because the possibility of the fires getting away is very, very high. I was speaking to someone recently where I was talking about a fire that I had in Nevis just over the weekend, where a gentleman lit some garbage in the back of our area and went in to use the bathroom, come back, and in a matter of time, all the trees behind there was burning.
Yeah.
So that we would have used like 800 gallons of water to put out. And that kind of water with the issues we are having now, I mean, it's not good.
Yeah.
We must put out the fires. For some, even if we don't put them out, we have to cut them off, and it's still water to cut them off or leave what is burnt just to smother. In some areas, we really can't do that, especially in populated areas, like if there's a fire up on the Frigate Bay Road area, because all of that smoke would come down to the town. So we must put the effort into extinguishing it fully, getting rid of all the smoke.
Funny you mentioned that. On Kim Collins Highway, there was a piece burning there by the little wall, and it could stretch to TDC, could probably eventually get to flow. But I saw your pickup, and I saw this guy amidst the bushes looking like RoboCop extinguishing it. How come the fire truck wasn't there?
The fire truck was there, and I think there were two fire trucks there actually.
Okay. Well,
but the truck.
When I passed.
The truck would be, the water from the truck would be depleted at some points in time, so it would have to go full and come back. But I know of the fire that you speak of, and it was an effort to get it put down because it was a really large fire.
Okay.
That again, the number of trips they made, I can't say.
What was the cause of that, though, officer?
I don't know the cause of the fire.
So it couldn't just be the heat?
It could have, and it could be something as simple as somebody was passing, walking through with a cigarette and would have thrown it away without properly putting it out, and simply that could cause that whole field to burn.
Alrighty, guys. So
yes,
you really have to be careful.
Yes, we know that the problem is real.
Yeah.
When we see water department doing the kind of extended rationing that they're doing in certain areas that the water would have never been shut off in. So even for my area in Taylors, water normally used to go from 10 in the night, and by 4 it's back. But sometimes it's 7 o'clock, even though they say 7, at some days is basically nothing before 7.
Wow.
But it's extended to 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, just as some safe practice, I'm asking persons, to stop wasting water with the washing of vehicles. Me ain't saying that you ain't want the vehicle clean, but there are some persons that would have a hose running for the whole time they're drying off and, those kind of stuff. And I've been hearing clips from the water department where, they are talking about the millions of gallons of water that they push through those lines every day. And we tend to wonder where exactly that amount of water is going. And I am sure that at least 50% of it might be wasted. But different to back in the days, we actually have a lot of construction going on. You have a lot more flush toilets, and as soon as someone urinates in it, you use a gallon and a half of water to flush it down. And the different things, the brushing of your teeth.
Funny you mentioned that. I saw the Colgate. I don't know if you know the Colgate tube. At the back of the Colgate tube has the whirl with the Colgate, and it says "Turn off the water while brushing." So,
I've never seen that.
Yeah, look at the back. So funny you say that, because I was looking at the tube this morning and I was smiling. I said, look, even the toothpaste tube has been warning us forever to turn off the water while brushing, because I guess they did a survey and they realized once persons are brushing their teeth, we have the tap running continuously. So, yeah.
Well, I think that may have been lost, just like the warning on the back of the cigarettes.
Yeah. There's a whole warning, and people still smoke. And the warning isn't small, That's the funny thing. The warning is huge on the cigarette boxes, but oh well.
Yes, we need to practice some safe practices. If you see a leaking pipe anywhere, a burst pipe anywhere, if it's not on someone's property per se, if you could just contact the water department. If it's a hydrant, you could call the water department or the fire department, and we would come and see if it can be turned off. If it can't be turned off, then the water department would be the one responsible for having it fixed.
So now that we have a drought that's happening, how is the fire department and the water department working together? We know we will have fires whether we want to have them or not. How are you working together to ensure that you use the water effectively? And what other solutions are there other than using regular water to out fires?
Well, other than using the regular water to out the fires, there's the possibility of using the seawater. However, unless the fire is close to the coastal area, it would be very hard to use the seawater. Because getting it and transporting it, as opposed to just using the water line which is there ready for us, it poses a challenge. And even so challenging to getting set up to lift the water, as we call it, to pump it from the sea. Most of the trucks we have, if not all of them, can do it. But the truck has to be there in order to get it done. But the seawater is possibly a next source of media we could use for firefighting. I must say that water is the most common source, and it is the cheapest source as well. But same water, but other than the fresh water, the seawater. In terms of collaboration, we have a few numbers for persons in the water department, because I don't think persons realize that once water is off in their area, the hydrants are off as well. And all we have is the water that is in the appliance when we get there. So any major fires, we contact the water department personnel to have them turn back on water in those areas so that we could effectively perform our firefighting duties.
Fair enough.
Yep. So we are here talking about, ways in which we can conserve water, ways in which the fire department and the water department work in hand in hand, hand in hand to ensure that, we have a solution.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, talking about solutions, I heard mention of the groundbreaking for the desalination plant.
Mhm.
And I think it's strategically placed over in the Canada Estate area.
Mhm.
And hopefully it comes on board very soon. I think it's up to sometime next year it should be on board, online. Where the water that the cement companies, Contact and if guys in this Contact and Masonry uses. Yeah, I think they use a lot of water because the concrete tanks hold something about 2,500 to 3,000 gallons.
Carringdale, I'm glad you brought that up because yesterday when we had the chief water engineer on, and to me it's like use cases like that where I think just like Marriott could have a small desalination plant. What's stopping Contact? I mean, they're right there by the Atlantic side. What's stopping them from sharing a small desal plant just for the two of them, so they don't have to take water from the water mains? Things like that. I suggested that yesterday, and I think that's something. Park Hyatt has a desal plant, the hotel, so that needs to be encouraged and incentivized so that the brewery can have their own desal plant. Not saying they have to use that all the time because they might prefer to use the mains water for the beer and so. But but you see what I'm saying though, right? So as you mentioned that, I just thought that would be a good thing for them to do because it's blocks. Blocks don't need potable water per se, if you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be like A-grade drinkable water to make blocks. As long as it doesn't have salt in it, that's all it needs really.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think it was strategically placed there for those companies to utilize firstly because that's where a lot of the water is going. Because ever so often you're on the road and you see these cement trucks moving. As I was saying, those tanks hold like 2,500 to 3,000 gallons. Well, it's not water alone, but water is what most of the mixture is. And if they are to move over to this desalination plant, I think that would greatly help the country. And I'm hoping that using the water from that desalination plant is not more expensive than the main lines, where it would cause an increase in production or in construction costs, but at least something has to be done.
Well, you see, the other thing they can do, when they talk about when we start using solar power, how you can sell back electricity to the grid, one of the things they can consider is if a lot of these industrial plants have small desal plants, they can sell back water to the water grid as well. You see what I mean?
Yes,
because, see?
Yeah, because I think, and don't quote me on it, I think the water department is actually using some water from the Marriott.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, yes. They are.
And it's coming in at more expensive than what.
There you go.
I think that is the reason why I said I hope the water coming from that end is not that more expensive, which would cause, a rise in the cost of construction.
It would be a good idea if, let's say, Masonry Products and Contact got together and said, hey, let's invest in the plant that the two of us would use, and we could actually sell water to other people. That would be a way for them to make money on the side. They could buy a couple of tankers. People want water because they help to pay for the plant. Their small little plant there, right? If they don't want to wait until.
Yes, and maybe if they even could get into, as you said, the water tanks and deliver water to farmers in certain areas.
There you go.
At least that could be a spin-off business from it.
I have a question here. When a fire breaks out at 2 a.m., how does the absence of flowing water affect the ability of the department to fight that fire? In the Bastille area, how much time elapses between a request to turn on the water and the flow being restored?
Okay, to answer that question, in the Bastille area, the truck we have in Bastille is 1,000 gallons of water. So we respond with that. while responding according to what type of fire it is, especially if it's a residential fire. At that time, we know that the mains are down, and what is normally done is that we would call the airport fire station for a backup truck. The airport station has 3 appliances, each holding 3,000 gallons apiece. So for the Bastille area, we are mostly covered. In terms of the timing to get the water on, it actually took us around an hour at one point in time when a request was made. But
Turn the water on?
Yes.
Wow.
Because the water is not just turned off from one stop pipe. It's shut off in different areas. So they would have to go back over the whole routine and get it done, and then you have to wait on that water to flow.
So you really have to be prepared. The appliances really have to be
Yes.
filled, waiting and ready.
Yes.
Should an emergency happen. Wow.
For the countryside, how we deal with that, if there's a major fire, the first truck responding would have between, I think it's 600 and 750 gallons, and the second truck is the same. So if at all it's needed, they would converge. If the Sandy Point is responding and they need a backup, Tabernacle would help them, or Bastille would actually go down and assist. And for us...
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead,
Hello,
caller.
good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I want to thank you very much. I'm thanking you, not want to. I'm thanking you very much for bringing the education to the public. And I endorse the things that you're being saying concerning brushing your teeth, turn off the water, and those are things that need to be taken on board on a daily basis. So just like how you from the fire department come to the public, I would like that to be interjected by using the water department to come to the public in a similar way. The other day there was a bank that was washing down and using a power wash, and I cringed because they practically use that power wash for the whole day. And I have a good idea how much water per minute that power wash used. So imagine somebody doing that, which they could have done it much more efficiently had they carried the water and moved the flex of the boom much faster. So things could be done more efficient. What I was thinking, though, is that have you ever considered a relay truck for the fire truck? A relay truck that just bring water. You don't have to pump. You just maintain the truck in a stationary position, and this relay truck, whatever it is, just bring water to supply the truck rather than the truck running up and down and going and coming and so on. What do you think? The other thing is that just recently, maybe a few months ago, I was driving along the road behind to the back of the sugar factory, coming off the F.T. Williams, and a machine was working beside one of those water tanks at the sugar factory. And it's amazing that the machine touched one of the pipe there, and you wouldn't like to see the amount of water comes out of one of those tanks. In my mind, I think, going forward, I think that those tanks, if you keep water in them, they will stay alive. And I feel like that if you continue flowing water in them, they will not be rust out. So for the fire department, I think that if we fill those, plug it off, and have it in storage, that could be used for your fire thing. Whatever we're going to do for out in fire, whoever going to do power wash, get the water from there. Whenever we have some water left over, we could pump it in here, whatever it is, but it could make for storage, and we will be in a better position than where we are. We have to do things better, and we have to improve. Even though we're doing good, we could be doing better. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day, and thank you for educating the public.
All right, thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller.
Thanks for your input.
You have one. Yeah, you had one more question. Let's see. Where is it? How many gallons of water are required to extinguish a typical house fire?
Okay. All right, caller, to answer your question about the relay truck, what we do is, yes, for now we use our smaller tenders as relay trucks. That's where trucks have to converge. The bigger truck stays unseen, and the smaller trucks are headwater to fill that bigger one. But yes, we are in talks about getting 2 of those water tankers because they are much cheaper than trying to supply a whole fire truck. We're hoping to get 2 water tankers carrying between 2,500 to 3,000 gallons of water. That would be based at one at the main station and one at one of those outstations that would be able to supply water for the trucks while they have to move. The question about the house fire, how much water is used to out a typical house fire, no fire is the same. But most of the time, to get a house fire down, we use anywhere between 2,000 to around 6,000 gallons of water.
That's a lot.
Yes, it's a really lot of water.
Wow.
It really is. Yeah, so I think we have had a very good discussion.
Sure have.
In relation to a number of things. I remember coming in here this morning, we touched so many topics.
Yep.
So many topics. Yeah.
And somebody reminded us of the prosecutor for O.J. Simpson, which was Marsha Clark.
Yes, yes.
And why did you all stood us up last week? I needed to ask that.
She was wondering why you didn't come on Fireproof last week, Friday.
They said that Nima was coming in last week.
Oh.
So it was supposed to be Mr. Clark with them.
Oh, okay. So it's Mr. Clark I have to get. Okay, no problem.
Before we conclude, though, I want to say thank you for coming and sharing us the
Always.
water conservation methods and the need for it. I just want Jamster to play the song, the Calypso. I haven't heard it
Jamster, I swear he was going to give the officer a lovely speech. He just wants to hear the Calypso.
Yeah. No, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it out and then I'll let it play to the end. Yeah, so play it,
Well, before we get into the Calypso, I would like to thank everyone for listening again and to urge persons, please, to stop lighting fires, leaving lit fires unattended. Mm-hmm. However, for persons in certain areas that feel as though this stuff have to be burnt, please contact the fire department, have us come out, have us take a look at the area to make sure it is safe to do so. So in that way, we would minimize the number of major fires we are responding to.
Okay, can you remind them of the number that they can contact if they need to contact you?
Well, the number for the fire service is 465-4339, or you can always get us through the police station number and just have them transfer you to the fire department, which is 465-2241. In terms of an emergency, 911 is the same number for the fire and for the police.
And I also have to give you your props for doing some very good PR for the fire service for you to come in and talk about water conservation and so on. So,
all right, thanks,
that's
commendable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you so much. And
Thank
we hope
you.
that everyone has a wonderful, a safe, a fire-free weekend.
Excellent.
Jam, so play the Calypso.
Oh, where is it? No,
see, I told him to put it to secure it up.
No, I have it here. I had it. Where is it? Where is this Calypso?
Oh,
okay,
you
here we
like
go.
Calypso too? But he was playing a little bit. Y'all just got...
I say it's time to legislate, declare and designate April 12th a national holiday. On the 12th of April 1936, a great son of the soil was born. There has been no other leader, not before or since after, who's been worthy of such distinction. From being the first Leeward Island scholar to being our first prime minister. none has matched his contribution. So let's declare his birthday a national holiday. Bestow this on him while yet alive, and let a grateful nation show its appreciation for national hero number 5. Now sing happy birthday, sing happy birthday to the one who brought independence to our shore. Happy birthday, sing happy birthday, as heaven bless him to enjoy many more. Whoa, yo, yo, yo. Lesser men with their conspiracy to distort his legacy, taught our children selective history, so that a generation of our nation's youth were denied learning the truth. Like of the servant of the people, took a nation to the pinnacle of economic success throughout the region. Just take the Southeast Peninsula Highway to the building of Kortensia, and how we still benefit from those today. Come now, declare his birthday a national holiday. Bestow this on him while yet alive, and let a grateful nation show its appreciation for national hero number 5. Now sing happy birthday, sing happy birthday for the one who brought independence to our door. Happy birthday, sing happy birthday, and may heaven bless him to enjoy many more, much, much more. Saluting His Right Excellency, Dr. Sir Kennedy, revered and respected as a man of vision. When divisions were seeking secession, it was his arbitration that kept the two islands together. But then it took us much, much further, for we were declared the world freest nation, with a functioning democracy on the highway of prosperity, a foundation on which we now stand. So let's declare his birthday a national holiday. Bestow this on him while yet alive, and let a grateful nation show its appreciation for national hero number 5. Now sing happy birthday, sing happy birthday to the one who brought independence to our shore. Happy birthday, sing happy birthday, and may heaven bless him to enjoy many more.